Alright, what's up, guys? Back with, of course, the crypto report. Hope y'all enjoyed being here. I've kind of upgraded the equipment, so it's once again a little different style, and I'm going to be using this for a lot of the filming I'm doing for other projects. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of something. This is going to be just a short clip while I test out the equipment. The Craig Wright, the guy that claims to be the Bitcoin creator, right? He was, of course, ordered to pay approximately $4 billion worth of Bitcoin to the estate of his, at the time, partner. Now, of course, that same amount of Bitcoin is only worth about $3 billion worth about $3 billion, of course. But he's trying to dodge the bullet, saying that it's in a trust that he doesn't have immediate access to, and he's waiting for the third party to continue their part to give him access to the coins, so it could take a while. But of course, the representative, the attorney representing the plaintiff side, actually said that there's enough evidence to prove that there is no trust with about $6 billion worth of Bitcoin. There isn't one. So this is really a tough one. The guy claims to be the creator of Bitcoin. He claims to be Satoshi, but he doesn't have access to Satoshi's 1 million Bitcoin wallet. That's obviously obviously a red flag. Then the trust he's supposed to have access to, he apparently doesn't. I mean, honestly, if the guy is Satoshi, he could pay with the Bitcoin from the Satoshi wallet and get recompensated by the trust he alleges has access to the coins. Now, that's not even on the table for him. He's just trying to delay. So it brings up the question: was he lying all along? Is it going to cost him a whole lot of money? I believe the judge actually found evidence that he had been lying in court and provided falsified documents. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to talk about Tron. I always want to talk about Tron. I love Tron. I don't care how the news goes, and to be a completely neutral party like I try to be, I want to report everything, even the bad. I think the launch of Just.Game, it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't see why Tron would support something like this. I guess if you got in early, like
my uncle died of alcohol.
I guess it could have potential, but there's really no game to it, and that's my thing. There's no real game, and they're talking about how it's a psychological project working on people's how people will react to the situations. It's of course one of those games that if things keep growing and keep growing, it could last for a very long time, or
each point,
and people could just get fed up with it tomorrow and it die. So it's definitely a tough call, tough situation. Also in the news, Mazer Gaming was supposed to be a sponsor for Tron and the Wink platform, but Mazer posted a tweet claiming that they haven't received, at this point in time, I believe, 3 payments of 60,000 TRX. I don't know the situation from both sides, so I can't say much more than that. But if there was an issue with payment, 60,000 TRX a month would not be that much for Tron and Wink. So I don't understand what the challenges are, and again, I can't comment on what the challenges are because I don't know both sides. Also, YouTube, where you're watching this now, YouTube started censoring. I believe it's over with now, but for a short period they began censoring the prime crypto news networks, crypto reports that are on their platform. Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because it's over with now, but honestly we truly don't know if it was YouTube themselves or if it was a third-party individual that wanted the news taken off the air temporarily. Could it have an ulterior motive? I honestly don't know, but apparently we're back. Apparently there's no more issues, but it is a good time to not only diversify your investments in digital currencies and tokens, but also to diversify in your media platforms. I have already begun that process. I actually began that process a long time ago. I've, of course, had a couple hiccups along the way that have kept me held back, but Vibravid, I'm going to be doing massive uploads of several of the shows we put out, including the Crypto Report right here. And my biggest challenge is the upload. When it first came out, what slowed me down is the uploads. I had to do the uploads a specific way, or it told me the file was too big. Now I'm doing the uploads that way, and it's still telling me the files are too big. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm sure it's something I'm possibly missing, but I love the Vibravid platform. I love the capabilities, the BTFS network. Everything's fast. Works great for music. Works great for video. So look forward to seeing me again on Vibravid. I'm going to keep uploading to YouTube. I'm going to continue with this platform as well, but also prepare for my videos on Vibravid. It's a good idea to set up an account and get used to the network, get used to the UI. It's actually a really good system, and as long as they continue in the direction they're going with it, I see it going really far, and I would love to continue seeing it go as far as it has and further. Vibravid, it definitely has excellent marketing, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing when we talk about all these companies. Who wins? Who usually wins is not necessarily the best technology, not necessarily the best innovation, but the best marketed. And that's something to remember. Just like you might be going to the store for a soda and you say, I'm going to get a Coke. You're not necessarily going to get a Coke, you're just going to get a soda pop, and you're using the word Coke. Or oxygenated stain fighters. What's it called? It's OxyClean. Well, OxyClean is a brand name, but it's all OxyClean. Digital currencies. When you go to talk to somebody who's not a digital currency and digital token aficionado, they're going to say, oh, is that Bitcoin stuff? Well, Bitcoin's already been marketed. It's established. I don't see it going anywhere at all. Of course, we are in a bull market, but March, I believe it is, middle of March about, we're going to have what they call the halvening, where the rewards are going to reduce from, I think it's at 13 Bitcoins per block, to 6.5 Bitcoins per block. I believe that's right. I'm fairly certain that's right. So So of course the difficulty to produce an amount of Bitcoin goes up, and I see the market price usually follow the cost of production. Yeah, the market price usually follows the cost of production, just like if it cost $1 million to produce an ounce of gold. Well, we need gold for everything from jewelry to circuit boards to different computer technologies, all kinds of stuff. So the cost of gold would go up because it costs so much to make. So in that same sense, if the cost of producing Bitcoin shoots up in that extreme, then I see more than likely, this isn't of course any kind of financial advice or anything like that, but if we go by what history says, if the cost to produce goes up, then the cost to purchase from the producers goes up as well. Supply and demand. Supply and demand. If it costs more to produce a gallon of milk, well, the cost of the gallon of milk at the end, at the store level, is going to go up significantly because it's going to go up for every person along the way. So completely see Bitcoin, I would say at least doubling in price because it's going to cost double to produce. But that's still not truly profitable unless your energy expense is just extremely low. So I would see personally at least a doubling. So we were talking about the halving, and again, I say it's not financial advice, but I could easily see the price of Bitcoin reaching 300,000 within 12 months from the halving. If we go off of history, if it doesn't, then it's a serious issue because then it's not financially viable. If it doesn't reach at least 16,000, about, give or take, my numbers aren't perfect. If it doesn't reach 16,000 after the halving, then it's going to cost more to produce than the miners will make off of it, and that could really hurt Bitcoin because the miners have to be profitable. A business has to be profitable to continue. They have to be able to pay all their expenses and put a little back. So there's always potential downturns there. What happens if the miners shut off because they're not profitable? But that brings up another issue, man. We always talk about China and how China controls 60 something, 62, 67, something like that percent of Bitcoin mining. All of it's coming from China. Now, there was something in the news recently that China arrested just a ton of Bitcoin miners and seized their machinery because they were stealing electricity, they say. They were using stolen electricity, stolen energy to mine their Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know how their grid, their infrastructure, their electrical infrastructure is set up over there, but I could easily see bypassing the meter or something like that to achieve those goals. But I look at another thing. The country of China is seizing mining equipment. Now, are they just putting that mining equipment in storage, or are they just finding a reason to take down these Bitcoin miners so that they control the mining equipment and they're going to set up their own national mining farm? Which could be good and bad. If it's Whether it's shady or not, I don't know. I can't speak any direction on that because I don't have enough information, and I'm sure nobody truly does, except for the people affected. But if China sets up their own mining farm, then it does a couple things. One, it keeps the percentages of Bitcoin mining in China, which with them switching to their own national digital currency is a good thing for them. And the mining farms that the government is running, I see as a lot less likely to shut down. So if we do hit a hard spell financially, if Bitcoin doesn't at least double after the halving to cover the expense of production, excuse me, if Bitcoin doesn't double after the halving to cover the expense of production, well, the government of China, if they have their own mining farm running, they're not going to shut theirs down, because they're actually making moves to be the financial power in the digital age, the financial power of the digital currency age. They've already allowed exchanges, or are in the midst of allowing exchanges who have been established for 3 years or more. Exchanges that left China because of the regulations and moved to countries like Singapore or such, to come back and become the established legal exchanges for digital currencies. I'm sure companies like Binance will greatly benefit from this, as well as several others. So China is definitely making moves to become the digital powerhouse, and it makes me question their motives on taking down these mining farms. But their motives could be a power play, honestly, for digital currencies. Their motives could be gathering all this mining equipment to establish themselves as the Bitcoin powerhouse of the future. And Bitcoin's not going anywhere. We've already established that. We know Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Again, that's opinion, but we'll call it like scientific theory. A scientific theory is not 100% fact. It's just the most likely based on the evidence we have available. And through time, as we learn more, we make adjustments to this theory. As we learn more and our perspective becomes wider. So my perspective as of right now is China is establishing themselves as the digital economic powerhouse. So in closing, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Hell, tell me if you think I'm messing up. Tell me if you think my information is too vague, because I am trying to reach out to the general populace. I am trying to promote mass adoption. So any information you want to hear, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about getting it on. But once again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you see every time I put out a video. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at the @_crypto report. So once again, have a great day. Peace out.